it's Johnny Orlando, and check out my new song Wait For You on YouTube and YouTube Shorts. Your one-stop shop for music.
Guys, I am so sorry for what just happened with the last stream. We seem to have lost power abruptly. There was a very short power outage. It lasted for maybe 4 or 5 minutes. All the power in my house went out, guys, while I was streaming, out of all the times. Thought we were going to have to pull the all-nighter here, damn near, for WrestleMania Backlash. But, with that being said, we got the power back on. We're streaming live here on Twitch. Thank you everybody for joining me for our Friday Night SmackDown live watch-along. And there is a couple things I want to say, ladies and gentlemen. When we start off this episode, I do just want to get some things out of the way. Some things have to be said. We're still waiting to start up our Go Home episode here on Friday Night SmackDown just before WrestleMania Backlash. We do have our camera set up. So hopefully that helps us get into a transition a bit easier here, guys. I will switch things over to the camera here in just a minute. Alright guys, are we ready? I think so. Current time here in Buffalo, New York is 8 p.m. Let me transition the camera, guys. Let me get you all set up here for our watch along. Thank you once again for being here tonight with me. That doesn't look that bad for now, guys. I know my ugly face is in the way, and I know it's a bit blurry on the television. On the 50-inch flat screen, you can see in the background, we got the Marvel intro playing courtesy of Helmsley and McMahon Money. So we will turn up the volume on that, ladies and gentlemen, and we will get ready for our watch along here. Once again, guys, thank you for joining me. Thank you for being here tonight. I hope everybody is doing good out there. Once again, I am sorry for ending the stream abruptly. We had a very small power outage. Don't know what the fuck happened. It's Buffalo, New York for you sometimes. You know, you wake up one day, it's snowing outside. Sometimes you wake up and it's fucking summer. You feel like you're in the middle of the desert, and then one day you're in the middle of a blizzard. It's one or the other. Today we had the small power outage. I apologize. We lost power for like 5 minutes. I had to restart the stream. But we are live, thankfully just in time here for our episode of Friday Night SmackDown. There's a couple things I need to say before we even start the episode, but I'm gonna let Triple H get us into the mood. You know, I'm gonna let Triple H start off the show proper. I'm gonna let him, you know, maybe give us the Randy promo, maybe give us the Cody promo. We are in Lyon, France. Ladies and gentlemen, home for WrestleMania Backlash. And of course, France, also home of legend Hall of Famer Andre the Giant. The role model Bayley is coming out here. And we are having an 8-woman tag team match. Doesn't sound like Bayley is going to be alone in this one. Women's WWE Champion. Alright guys, there's definitely some things I want to say before we start off this episode. Looks like the opening match is going to be the 8-women tag team match, so 4v4 here. Hopefully Survivor Series rules, maybe. Unless they're just going to let them all go at it 4v4 style. Bonjour, everybody. Welcome to our episode tonight. A certain je ne sais quoi, a certain how to French say, I don't know. But welcome. One of Bayley's tag team partners, Naomi, probably going to be teaming with Jade Cargill and Bianca as well, if Naomi's coming out here. Just an assumption, guys. But I do want to talk about... Alright, guys, I think it's pretty important. Let me try to fix the camera a bit here, too, because looking like we're cutting off a bit there at the end of the 50-inch TV, you boys. Alright. That looks a little better. Everything besides my ugly face is in the way, but lovely ladies of the SmackDown roster coming out here. We got the draft all settled, guys. All the rosters are settled down now. We're going to get the storylines going. We got WrestleMania Backlash tomorrow. Lyon, France. The site tonight for Friday Night SmackDown. Once again, guys, I do apologize for ending the stream, the previous stream. It was not my intention. It just happened because the power decided to go out. Everything fucking shut off. Everything at once. Like it was a heart attack. after eating too many Luther burgers. You can't do it to yourself, chat. It's like fucking Tony Khan's booking every week. You just can't do it to yourself. You're gonna have a heart attack. And on that note, Tiffany Stratton is actually coming out here, so that is a bit interesting that she will be teaming with the lovely ladies Naomi and Bailey. But, ladies and gentlemen, I do want to say, while we are in the opening of our episode, because I might as well start it in the opening, because the fucking endings always get cut off. Twitch always seems to fucking cut off our streams whenever they feel like it. When we decide to end the stream, it will never upload the entire stream, unfortunately, until we can afford to get better quality and afford to do better quality. Twitch is going to do whatever they want to do on their platform, too, it seems like. So, I might as well get this off my chest at the beginning of the stream now while we still have fucking time, and I can still say it to an audience. Hopefully, maybe, somebody will fucking hear this video at one point in time and will understand where I'm coming from as a wrestling fan. Damage Control is coming out here now. I must have missed something because Damage Control got drafted to Raw. I definitely must have missed something, chat. This is all getting a little too fucked for me. Tiffany Stratton must be teaming with Damage Control. I must have missed the other two partners for Naomi and Bailey while I was talking. And now Bianca Belair is coming out here. I have no idea how they are sending out the order of these teams, chat. I have no idea why they are sending them out in this mixed order like this. This is a bit confusing, especially for a pro wrestling fan who's been watching as long as I have. But we'll accept it. Bianca Belair coming out here now after Tiffany Stratton and Damage Control. Damage Control, once again, ladies and gentlemen, drafted to Raw. Everybody just seems to be here, though, for France. It's a party here in France. The site for WrestleMania Backlash. And now, of course, ladies and gentlemen, Jade Cargill coming out here. So, as I expected, Bianca and Jade will most likely be teaming with Naomi and Bailey. Going against Damage Control and Tiffany Stratton. Proper 8-women tag team match here to start off our Friday Night SmackDown episode. The go-home show before WrestleMania Backlash. Lyon, France. A certain, how the French say, je ne sais quoi. I don't know. Jade Cargill got it snowing out here at the fucking start of May, chat. It's the start of May. Can you believe it? I need to talk about what I need to talk about, though. That's not what I need to talk about. This is what I need to talk about. Listen. I know we've been giving Tony Khan a very hard time on this channel. I know we've been giving Tony Khan and All Elite Wrestling a bit of a hard time recently. And I think we need to address something, chat. I think it's important for me, as a pro wrestling fan, to explain to everybody who takes the time to watch these videos, if these videos will ever reach anybody important, that I hope they do. And I hope, like I said, as pro wrestling fans, maybe we can all just agree. And sometimes it's okay to disagree. I disagree with a lot of the things that are happening right now with All Elite Wrestling. And like I said, I want to say this at the start of the episode here because the fucking end of our episodes always get cut off because thank you, Twitch. And I can't afford to have better quality, so I'm a fucking piece of shit. But, ladies and gentlemen, I feel like it's important for me to say I love All Elite Wrestling. I want nothing but the best for Tony and the staff and the crew and the people who work for AEW. I hope that one day things do get better. Here's the problem, though. Okay? Here's the problem, though. What Tony Khan is doing right now is not exactly proper is not exactly proper heel work for an executive who represents the company in the way that he does. I think, here's what I'm trying to say. Back when WWF was WWF, when it first started, guys, a very long time ago, when Vince McMahon, Vinnie Mac, the devil himself, was running the fucking carnival, it was unaware to the audience that Vinnie Mac was actually the owner, the leader, the creative control on the entire operation, right? The entire head honcho that was running WWE. The audience never knew, as pro wrestling fans, and we're talking way back when it started, like the 80s, they never were aware of who was really the boss, if you will, the person in control of everything, in a way that it is now how we know it's like Triple H. It wasn't exactly the internet. You didn't have control of everything backstage. You didn't get to see all the behind-the-scenes stuff, is what I'm saying, chat. Nowadays, it's a little bit harder to get things over. I think the way that Tony Khan is trying, look at it for this example. When All Elite Wrestling first started, it was okay for them to take certain jabs at WWE's product and WWE because I felt like they could compete with the product, and I felt like what they were offering at that time was actually enjoyable. Right now, however, it just feels like they've been doing the hamster running in the wheel, right? They're going in the same things over and over. If you're going to continue to take jabs at WWE, Tony, you literally are an owner of an NFL franchise. They are an NFL team based in Jacksonville, Florida. You have Jacksonville, Florida literally supporting your entire wrestling promotion the same way that Orlando, Florida supports WWE and their promotion. Now, what you are doing in current modern day wrestling, to me, it is the reason a lot of the talent on your roster wants out. It's the reason a lot of them are becoming unhappy. They are basically just taking whatever they can at AEW right now. And for whatever you give them, I mean, at the moment, Tony Khan, like, let's say, I will throw this out as an example right now. I will say this. We can look at it like from a perspective. We had WrestleMania main event. What was the main event at WrestleMania, chat? It was Cody Rhodes and it was Roman Reigns, right? Again, it was the rematch. But did they have a good match? Sure, it was decent. We enjoyed it. It got a lot of views here on the channel. WWE fans seem to like it. Now, when we talk about All Elite Wrestling, when we talk about AEW, Bryan Danielson, Will Ospreay probably just had one of the best matches considered amongst pro wrestling fans of all time on your show, on one of your premium events, Tony. We didn't watch it here on the channel because unfortunately I can't afford to buy the premium events for All Elite Wrestling at this time. I don't watch the premium events because they are a bit expensive for me, guys. I'm not going to fucking lie to you guys, and I'm not going to say we're going to watch them and then we don't, or fucking, you know what I mean? So I can't afford to watch them, and that's why we don't watch them. Bryan Danielson and Will Ospreay literally had one of the best matches considerably of all time amongst pro wrestling fans at Double or Nothing, or not, at AEW Dynasty, the recent event, the one that we just had for All Elite Wrestling. AEW Dynasty, Bryan Danielson and Will Ospreay literally just had one of the best matches, maybe, not only in AEW history, but in pro wrestling history. Are people talking about that match, Tony? Do you hear people honestly saying, this match is going down as one of the best of all time, or do you hear them talking more about the problems with AEW? Do you hear them talking more about the negativity of AEW? And it's not good heat, right? Because, like I said, there's good heat, there's bad heat, and then they get the X-Pac heat, Tony. Then they get the go-away heat. And the go-away heat is exactly what fucking WCW got that drove them the fuck out of business. Now, I'll say this, Tony. You are, you're a wrestling fan yourself. You have a lot of money, and you use that money right now to hopefully compete with the corporation that is WWE, right? And that is a very complicated task. I couldn't even imagine fucking being such a young corporation trying to even go up against a conglomerate that is WWE. It's almost like me trying to go against fucking Easy Mill sometimes because Eminem just has everybody on lock. You can't get a hold of no one. You can't get a hold of Easy Mill. You're never gonna get Eminem to respond to you. He's never gonna listen to my music. I might not ever fucking talk to the guy. But here's the thing, Tony. Might not ever talk to you, Tony, but at least I can try in these videos, right? At least I can try to talk to you too in these videos. 8-woman tag team match, opening match still going on here for Friday Night SmackDown. Lyon, France, go home show, WrestleMania Backlash. I will say this, Tony. We'll break it down like this, right? Ladies and gentlemen, I just said Tony Khan is an owner of an NFL franchise. He owns a team, the Jacksonville Jaguars, right now. Okay, we'll move on from that. The NFL draft just happened. The NFL draft was okay. It was, I guess some people, I don't really watch the draft. I don't really care about drafts or none of that, except for like maybe wrestling. But again, those were underwhelming here as well. Drafts are a bit underwhelming for me. To me, it seems like after, like for professional sports, like if we're talking hockey, basketball, football, I kind of feel like maybe after the third or the fifth round, if you're not picked up after the third or fifth round, you're usually just not going to fucking, you're not really going to be that much of an asset to the team, but if you weren't drafted in the first round, you're not going number 1 overall pick, maybe not even the second, the third. I mean, we got Josh Allen, pretty late in the draft, but again, Tom Brady was also a rare gem. He was also a sleeper. You can find some sleepers, guys. I'm not saying that you can't. But for the most part, drafts are a little underwhelming, right? And that's why they have them every single year. And that's why there's like 25 fucking rounds, because usually 5 rounds out of the 25 are who actually makes it to the top tier, if you will, because that's how people like to describe it. So maybe the 5 rounds out of the 25 rounds will make it to the top tier. You understand what I'm saying now, chat? We'll move on from that. The NFL draft was a little underwhelming. The WWE draft was a little underwhelming. Would you agree, Eminem? I think Eminem would agree. It was in Detroit. But, Tony, you were at the draft. You showed up in the neck brace. You showed up, in character because the EVPs, Young Bucks, they broke your neck. People aren't talking about. They're not talking about the success of AEW right now, Tony. They're not talking about Bryan Danielson and Will Ospreay. What did you do at the NFL draft? You showed up in character. You showed up trying to play off the Young Bucks. You showed up trying to play off these fucking stories that you're writing right now. This whole fucking Tony Khan carnival on Wednesday night. Don't know how to fucking book a rampage to save his life. We got the Friday the 13th Cup. Chat. And of course, the lovely ladies here on SmackDown, Bayley, Naomi, Jade Cargill, Bianca Belair, the lovely ladies have just won their 8-women tag team match. Opening match here in Lyon, France, defeating Damage Control and Tiffany Stratton. We'll take a sip from the Friday the 13th mug, chat. We'll take a sip from the Friday the 13th mug. Show it off for you, chat. Give us a minute here.
Friday, chat. All my ice cubes melted because it's like fucking 80 degrees here in Buffalo, New York today. Maybe that's why the power's going out. Buffalo can't handle no shit like that, chat. We're used to cold weather. I'm used to living like Sub-Zero, Mortal Kombat type shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't fucking, you know what I'm saying? I try to do a stream and it's like 70 degrees for once. It's actually nice outside. Fucking power goes out. Buffalo, New York can't handle no shit like that. It can't handle when it's nice outside, chat. I'm trying to tell you. Alright, Tony. So, you were at the NFL draft. Yeah, don't think I lost my train of thought. I don't do no shit like that. I'm a writer. I actually do this shit. I make music. But you were at the NFL draft. You showed up in character. You showed up in the neck brace. And on top of that, nobody talking about the great matches. Nobody's talking about the exciting things that could be happening. They're talking about the fucking negativity, and that's the best way that I can describe it, because I'm trying to be nice. The fucking negativity that you're putting on the screen right now, and the way that you're treating some of the talent, some of the people that you have under your contracts. Now here's the thing. Tony, you showed up at the NFL draft. You own an NFL team, the Jacksonville Jaguars. Chat, ladies and gentlemen, what did Triple H do this Monday night? What was the chess move that we seen from Triple H this Monday night on Raw? What was the play that Triple H made in the game of chess? I'll give you a second. I'll let you think. Who was on Monday Night Raw, chat? It wasn't
Logan Paul. Because we ain't talking about that guy. We don't care about when Logan Paul is on WWE or whenever the fuck he's on TV. It wasn't none of that. Triple H, this Monday night, had Patrick Mahomes on Monday Night Raw. Now, who's Patrick Mahomes? Patrick Mahomes, 3-time NFL champion, right? Super Bowl champion. Probably one of the biggest faces right now in the NFL. Does he play for the Jacksonville Jaguars? Does Patrick Mahomes play for the Jacksonville Jaguars? Last time I checked, he played for our rivals. He played for our rivals in Buffalo, New York. I could be wrong. But last time I checked, I'm pretty sure Patrick Mahomes played for my rival here in Buffalo, New York. Patrick Mahomes plays for the Kansas City Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes played for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Chat. It's little chess moves. It's little fucking chess moves. Just little things like that. Just little things like that, Tony. You got a corporation falling apart right now because of what you're trying to do with the Young Bucks. Whatever. I don't even know. I mean, I respect. There are certain stories that I can't appreciate. There are of all wrestling, I try to find some things, the stories that I do appreciate, honestly, because that's what it's all about to me. I mean, I think there's times through WWE and AEW while we watch both programs, because those are the main programs we cover here. I could cover other things, Tony. I could cover fucking Ring of Honor. I could cover New Japan Pro Wrestling. I could cover Impact. I could cover NWA. I could cover a lot of things. I choose, though, to cover two of my favorite promotions. And I say that with respect. I say that, and that's the reason I'm trying to take the time to say this, right? I chose my favorite promotions, Tony. I chose WWE, and I chose AEW to be the two main ones that we focus on here on our channel, that we try to watch weekly. And not only that, because it is the main competition with WWE. Not a lot of people right now would buy any of those other products. I just said New Japan One, of course, is going to have its own success because it's in its own territory and it's its own thing, right? You have your hand in the pot there too, but we won't talk about how you have hand in a lot of pots, Tony. You billionaire son of a bitch. But we'll say this: Triple H, he's making the moves in the chess game, Tony. He's making the moves in the chess game. And like I said, there's a certain way to go about doing things if you want to do it differently. If you really want to make things entertaining, you're not going to do it the way that you're doing it now. Whoever you got hyped right now, I would consider definitely drastically making some changes to whoever is like coming up with the shit. Backstage now, Jade and Bianca selling for their. But obviously, I will say this too, Chad. It can't be done in a way. It can't be done in a way that was wrestling at a done of time. I think when people speak from a perspective of what should happen now with WWE, look at this, ladies and gentlemen. I'll even say this. Look at this. Where's SmackDown tonight? Where's the location? Where's the location? It's in Lyon, France. France is known for Renaissance. It is known for the Renaissance, Tony Khan. It is known for a complete change in time. The beginning of a new time, Tony. And that's what I'm trying to explain to you. It's these little chess moves. It's just little decisions like that, right? It's just little decisions like that. I could point out tons of things. It's literally just little things like that. Tony, you can't, I don't expect things to ever go back to the way that they were before. I don't want them to. I don't want them to ever be like how it was when Vinnie Mac was fucking running the show for WWE. And I don't want things to be the way they are now for how Tony and the fucking EVPs or whoever the fuck is running this shit at AW is right now. Like, all I'm trying to say. I can appreciate so much, ladies and gentlemen, what Triple H has done for the WWE. I can appreciate so much what Paul Levesque, even a French name, ladies and gentlemen, even a French name, Paul Levesque, I can appreciate what you've done so much for the WWE here. In the recent amount of time where you try to just turn things upside down, it's nice to see someone actually give a fuck, because there's so much things that are wrong every week, chat, and we see it. I try to fucking make it a little noticeable. I try to give my perspective on it. I try to give some, maybe it makes us laugh, maybe we'll sit here, we'll see fucking good match and actually enjoy the time together. That's all I'm trying to have out of it.
And even more important,
Bobby Lashley talking to Carmelo Hayes backstage. But Tony, all I'm trying to say is this, man. And like I said, man, I love AEW, but if all you're gonna do right now is turn it into fucking all friends wrestling carnival bullshit, then you might as well not even try to fucking sign some of these stars that you're trying to sign from other promotions. You might as well not even be trying to fucking stack an entire promotion right now with people that you don't know how to push. You don't know who to fucking put over. You don't know who to book on certain nights, who to fucking put in this match, who to put in that match. You got an entire locker room filled with women and men, wrestlers who just want to fucking be used and want to actually be in matches. They actually want to fucking have their careers, right, be developed under your name and your brand. And you're fucking them, Tony. And that's the problem. That is the problem. So, yeah, we can talk about how, you want to talk about how, maybe all promotion is, bad promotion, maybe bad promotion even that we give Tony Khan is good promotion. Tony, fuck that shit, man. Listen, dude, you're fucking people over right now, man. You're fucking over these people that have literally, they've left the whatever promotion that they were trying to build their career in before. They've left that promotion to try and fucking come and help you to compete with WWE. And that's what I'm trying to say to Tony Khan. These people have actually decided to fucking help you in whatever fucking chess game you're trying to play with WWE and Paul Levesque. So that's all I'm trying to say to you, Tony. And I think the people at home can understand where I'm coming from right now. I've clearly said I don't want things to ever go back to the way they were before. The Attitude Era was great and shit. Can you do some of the shit you did before? Sure. Would I appreciate it? Okay. Can you do it differently? I think so. Should we be doing different shit? Yes! Everybody now, in any promotion, in anything WWE, AEW, you should be trying to fucking do something original, You should be trying to come up with something original, something that fucking pushes your talent boundaries, and even pushes the boundaries of WWE, because is that not what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen? Is that not what it's all about? And if you did want to fucking even take it there, we could say in the Monday Night Wars, when it was WCW versus WWF, now WWE, because I do know what the fuck about, I just call it WWE out of respect because that's what the fuck they're called. It is WWE now. You can't always do the things that you did before and expect to fucking get over a million times. If we've seen the fucking same magic trick, how many times do you want people to be fooled over the same fucking magic trick, Tony Khan? I'm just gonna ask you straight up. Once you seen the fucking rabbit come out of the hat, and then you seen the rabbit come out of the hat for fucking 500 times, and then you learn how the fucking rabbit came out of the hat at the 100th time, and then you fucking learn how to did it 9 times, you start to kind of be like, okay, I don't really want to see a rabbit come out of the hat anymore. You know what I'm saying? Does the magician have any other tricks? Does the magician have any other tricks, Tony Khan? I'm trying to see if you can whip that trick, Tony Khan. Shout out to Trick Williams, NXT, my boy Booker T. Whoop that trick. Tony, are you gonna whoop that trick? I'm trying to see if the magician has any tricks. Okay? And you showed me that you can pull the rabbit. I got that. That's great. I know you can do that. Now show me something else, man. Show us something else. You just had one of the greatest, and it might not even be because of you. It might even be because Bryan Danielson and Will Ospreay are just that fucking good as pro wrestlers, and that's exactly what I'm trying to say here too. You're not even. You might have just had a fucking. You captured lightning in a bottle at Dynasty. You had fucking. You literally got struck by lightning because who fucking Tony Khan would book this match so suddenly with Bryan Danielson and Will Ospreay, and now you have Bryan Danielson in an angle where he's injured. I mean, we can all agree, ladies and gentlemen, that Bryan is okay. He's mainly just trying to take care of his family. The man has a family to take care of, ladies and gentlemen. He can't be on the road 24/7. The guy has a wife and kids. All right, check. Tony at least understands that. Now, all I'm trying to say, Tony, you may have got fucking struck by lightning when you booked that Will Ospreay and that Bryan Danielson match at Dynasty, and people loved it. But what was the effect afterwards? What was the effect after that match, Tony? You didn't. There was no after promotion of it. Right now, all we know is that Will Ospreay is going to be in a match with Roderick Strong, and that Bryan Danielson is injured. Right? And that's exactly what I'm trying to tell you. Because you wrote Bryan Danielson into an awkward angle, and I understand that has offended Billy Karen, you're not doing the job of writing stories. You're not doing the job of getting these characters places where they need to go. Because, like I said, are people talking about the Bryan Danielson match and the Will Ospreay match? No, they aren't, Tony. I would actually consider more that they're talking about what's happening on WWE right now. And again, it's always going to be. I don't mean to talk your head off, chat, but isn't that the entire point of these streams? Isn't that the entire point of us being here together? I'm just trying to talk from my perspective as a wrestling fan, somebody who doesn't even get paid to talk about any of this. I talk about all of this free from my heart, from a place. Like I said, I want WWE to do great things. I want AEW to do great things. We watch both of them here for a reason. Ladies and gentlemen. And that's exactly why I'm taking the time to say shit like this. Seems like we have another tag team match going on right now. Pete Dunne, Tyler Bates out there. Not really a big fan of their team, so we might also continue to talk here over this match, ladies and gentlemen. And now it seems like Karrion Kross, Final Testament, Authors of Pain coming up here. It still seems to be a little fucked here as well. Hopefully, Authors of Pain get over in this match. But at least we got a stat house in Lyon, France. Bonjour, everybody. For WrestleMania Backlash, this is the Go Home Show. Friday Night SmackDown. Karrion Kross, Authors of Pain coming out here for their tag match now. But, like I said, guys, I really just want the best for All Elite Wrestling. I really just better things for Tony Khan. And I've been noticing, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, I notice all the time. I notice those little moves, right? It's the little moves that I notice in the chess game. You can make a big move sometimes, and here's what I'll say too, Tony. Take some soda. Shit's kind of pretty watered down because all the ice cubes melted, chat. It's like fucking 80 degrees over here in Buffalo, New York. Power went out earlier. We had to restart the stream. Buffalo, New York can't handle when it's nice outside, chat. I'm trying to fucking tell y'all. Take a sip of soda. I did the Friday the 13th Cup. Shout out to the homie Jason Voorhees. Alright. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I will say this, Tony. One of the big things, one of the most subtle things, one of the little moves that I think you could be right now, and this is just one of the little things. I mean, like I said, maybe you did get fucking struck with lightning when you booked this match on Dynasty, but the match with Bryan Danielson and Will Ospreay, you need to do it more often. What happened before with All Elite Wrestling? We had great matches, and as I said, you put out a product, Tony. You put a product that you could be proud of. That is something that you could say, hey, this is something our talent, our roster, they want to compete with WWE. Every week we're going to go out there, we're going to compete with WWE. We're going to give the best fucking material that we can put on that television like it was our last fucking episode. You know what I mean? You need to understand something, Tony Khan. Back when WWE was actually fighting for their when they were actually fighting for their life in the Monday Night Wars, when actual fucking jobs and pro wrestlers' careers were actually on the fucking line, because if they didn't win the Monday Night War, they didn't know what the fuck, right? Because when you were a wrestler back then, shit was a little tougher than it is now for you to kind of over Tony Khan. You know what I mean? People have to fucking try to go with a promotion like you to try to fucking get over. Maybe sometimes that don't really work out for them, right? So hey, but I'll say this, Tony, one of the little things that you need to do more often, You need to have great matches just way more often, because you have great matches. If you continue to, and this is just a very little thing that you can do that just help. And this is something that you did at the beginning. You shouldn't stop doing it. If it's not broken, don't fix it, right? What does WWE have every single week that makes people coming back for more? It's some kind of an entertaining match. Right? It's some kind of an entertaining match. On Monday Night Raw, did you enjoy the main event? On NXT, did you enjoy the main event? On Friday Night SmackDown, did you enjoy the main events? That's what it's about, right? And even if you did enjoy the main event, did you enjoy any match on the card? Right now, Tony, you need to have more great matches as opposed to trying to have fucking these great promos where it's like trying to put over envious characters, trying to put over villainous characters. To me, Tony, I don't get paid for any of this, ladies and gentlemen. I don't get paid for any of this. I'm doing this all free from the heart. I do this all free from the heart, ladies and gentlemen. I just think, if we continue to have the great matches, maybe it would start to steer people in a little bit of a direction. And again, I'm not the fucking person who try to change anything. I don't fucking try to build Rome in a day. I don't fucking, I try to build pyramids in a day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just trying to, like I said, talk about what maybe the problem is here and how we can try to avoid the fucking end of All Elite Wrestling. Quicker than we get there. Going down the highway to hell. Tony counts careful. But I just think, if we continue to try to have some great matches here, on a weekly basis still. On a weekly basis. And that's another thing where I come from as a pro wrestling fan, man. Like, another thing with me is, like, I try to focus so much on trying to keep people invested. I try to keep people entertained every week, because that's what pro wrestling is. You need to keep people entertained stories every single week. You know what I mean, Tony Khan? Some stories are worse than others. Some are better than others. Does everybody like stories? No. Like Triple H said, it's like fucking ice cream sometimes. Sometimes people like the chocolate. Sometimes they like vanilla. Sometimes they like fucking strawberry. I like cookies and cream. Right? I like the cookies and cream, chat. I also like a little bit of peanut butter here and there. You know what I'm saying? I like the peanut butter ice cream. Don't get me wrong, chat. I like a little peanut butter ice cream and some cookies and cream. You know what I'm saying? A little ice cream, chat. And like Triple H is trying to say, some people like different flavors of ice cream, chat. Wrestling's different flavors of ice cream. Did what you tried to them, did that satisfy them? Maybe not. But again, Tony, even if it didn't, and even if it did, it should be entertainment every week. As a billionaire who actually has like I said, a roster, a fucking bank account, and a name right now, man. You literally have a name in pro wrestling. You take a sip of the soda, chat. Check out the Ice Cubes in it. I powered out earlier, had to restart stream. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here with me. And thank you for listening to me talk my fucking head off about this fuck shit that's happening. But I'm talking about it because I love pro wrestling, goddammit. This episode on SmackDown's a little slow tonight, but we can expect that because it is the SmackDown before WrestleMania Backlash from Lyon, France. Bonjour! How do the French say a certain je ne sais quoi? I don't know. But Tony, I really just think, if we continue to work on having great matches every week, if we continue to try to keep people fucking entertained at least on a level you can entertain an AEW audience, at least if you can entertain your audience, because right now you're losing all the WWE fans. I think you might be losing a lot of the fucking other fans that are trying to tune in. That's what I also want to talk about, ladies and gentlemen. That's the next thing I'll talk about. That's the next thing to talk about here, Tony. That's the next fucking thing on my hit list. An owner of an NFL franchise, buddy. Not even just a name in pro wrestling. Not even do you just have a name in pro wrestling. You also have your name in the NFL. And you are almost a billionaire not only in wrestling, but also in one of the biggest sports here in America, that is pro football. So you definitely are around a lot of powerful people. Certainly the same way that Triple H is around a lot of powerful people, right? Fox Network, Netflix, TKO, UFC. A lot of powerful people, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not just giving off Tom Sawyer, Huckleberry Finn names here. I'm fucking giving off some billionaires. I got some people they got money to actually fucking make this shit happen, chat. I'm coming from a place from the heart. Tony Khan, billionaire boy. Oswald Cobblepot. Tony Khan. Tony, you are surrounded by NFL and people who love and appreciate sports, man. people who actually watch pro football, one of the biggest sports in America, right? I mean, you think about the Super Bowl, you think about, oh man, WrestleMania trying to compete with something like the Super Bowl, because that's essentially what their goal is, right? WrestleMania wants to compete with the Super Bowl, Tony Khan. That's what they want to do. So WrestleMania is essentially a competition to a Super Bowl. Now, you're surrounded by NFL, a power executive, all the suits in the NFL, right? You got the NFL team, the Jacksonville Jaguars. They probably love you down there in Jacksonville. Let's say this, Tony. When you show the product to those people, the people who support the Jaguars, the people who are supporting, even in the NFL, people that support in the NFL, do they want to watch AEW right now? Do they want to watch the AEW product, what's happening right now, Tony? I'm just being honest. Because you showed up to that NFL draft, the character, Eminem. He showed up to the NFL draft, the character, Eminem, buddy. And I think Tony's trying to take himself serious. I think Tony Khan's trying to take himself serious. Because he showed up the drafting character and thinks that this shit is actually something that people are going to enjoy. And that's the fucking sad thing about it, Tony Khan. That is the fucking sad thing about it, Tony Khan. Because when you think about everything that WWE brings to the table, everything that they have offered right now to Fox Network, Netflix, even UFC. You know, they have a lot of people that they are trying to impress, that they're trying to fucking appeal to. They're trying to appeal to an audience too, Tony. Don't think that WWE isn't. And that's exactly what I'm trying to explain, ladies and gentlemen, too. We're in a completely new era. Triple H got the show. Paul Levesque. Say it right, because we're in France tonight. Bonjour, ladies and gentlemen. Paul Levesque got us in a renaissance right now, ladies and gentlemen. He got us in the renaissance right now, Tony Khan. And you don't even fucking notice that little chess move. You don't even fucking notice when he makes a chess move like that, Tony Khan. It is a renaissance right now from Paul Levesque. You better fucking pay attention to the moves on this fucking chessboard. Paul Levesque got us in renaissance right now. It doesn't need to be the same shit that it was before, man. WWE is trying to appeal to fucking a different audience all the time. A different type of audience all the time, Tony. They have the audience that they have for a reason, and they have support from people who obviously watch it every single week, just as we do here. Clearly, they've been doing it right for a while now. They've been fucking doing really good for a while now. And it's not just because of that, but it's also because of you lose somebody like that. Now you can continue in those footsteps, right? You can actually fucking carry the brand now, and that's what Paul Beck is trying to do. And he's doing a good job. Like I said earlier, like I actually can appreciate what he's been doing. It doesn't have to be fucking same shit. And yeah, sure, WWE, could it be better? Of course. Will it get better? Sure. We have to fucking watch it, ladies and gentlemen. We have to fucking watch it as a product. And we have to be invested in the stories. WWE clearly knows how to fucking make it happen. And that's all I'm trying to say. They have audiences that they're trying to attract. They have people that they're trying to attract. People in the NFL, people in fucking TKO, UFC, Netflix, Fox. Tons of different people with money, people who maybe not even interested in wrestling, but they're trying to get them interested in wrestling, right? But the shit that you're doing, Tony Khan, is making people a little uninterested in wrestling. It's maybe driving people away. It may be actually, it's either driving them away or driving them towards the other corporation, right? It's driving them towards the other promotion. Paul Heyman backstage with the SmackDown general manager. But this is all I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen. I do notice how Paul Levesque is trying to make these little changes. And again, there's only certain things that WWE can do too, because they have to be in these types of contracts. They have to be these types of deals where people aren't going to want to watch certain things that are allowed on fucking an AEW or a New Japan, right? It's just going to be a different type of product. That's the way it's always been. That's the way it's always going to be. And if you want to watch something else, that's why we have something else. Tony Khan. That's where it comes down to, bud. We take here for just about every commercial now. Going off on your ass because you got this going through it right now. But what we are going to be watching tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow very bright and early here, Buffalo, New York. Hopefully the fucking power doesn't go out. Hopefully the power doesn't go out. And we actually do proper live stream. And don't stream is a good part at the end because Twitch hates us. And we can't afford better equipment. And we can actually do an entire live stream, ladies and gentlemen. But we will be here bright and early tomorrow in Buffalo, New York. Watching WrestleMania Backlash live from France. Bonjour. How do the French say je ne crois? I don't know. Tony, Take a sip of this fucking watered down ass soda, this fucking ice cube melted soda chip out of the Friday the 13th cup. Shout out to the homie Jason Voorhees. Alright. It just needs to get to a point, Tony, where you're trying to do some original stuff, right? You're not trying to copy and paste shit from WWE, or even WWE's past for that matter. Because again, I get how pro wrestling, again, maybe to Tony Khan, the bad publicity is all good publicity, right? If people have something to talk about, if people are fucking talking about something, even if it's detrimental, even if it seems outrageous, people have the reaction, and that is something ladies and gentlemen, something I've always said. A reaction is far more important than people skipping over, right? Because who could simply stop watching the channel? It actually came down to that. You put Jake over Rampage. We actually did decide that we're not going to watch Rampage for an entire year, Tony Khan. And that's exactly what I'm trying to say. So it gets to a point where there is a reaction, and yes, you can say, Tony, if you want to be old school about it, if you want to continue to have the mini-mech mentality, and the fucking carny mentality, carnival mentality, you want to keep doing it. I'm not here fucking not making money. You got all the money you need. You're a billionaire, right? I have nothing. I have absolutely nothing. My streams are barely even watchable. So, you know, who am I be talking to you about how to fucking do this, right? But hey, I will say, I don't want to see the same copy and paste routine done. I think you have enough of a roster and enough a talented roster that actually want to do something creatively and original and help you, like I said. But you're losing them right now, Tony. You're definitely losing them right now. Randy Orton, ladies and gentlemen, coming out here representing Team RKO. Team RKO, ladies and gentlemen. Randy Orton. Team RKO. Even just something like that, like Team RKO, something like Randy Orton and Kevin Owens. When Triple H shows a random ass tag team together like that, they're fucking way more entertaining than the Tree Tag Team that have the Bing Bang Guns, the Bing Bang Gang, and fucking Jay White, man. Like, the people are not fucking entertained with that, Tony. And that's what you need to understand. You have the very lackluster Trios Tag Team division. You have gold on the team right now that you're trying to push. It's not fucking going anywhere for you. You're having guys lose every week to these guys for no fucking reason. And then WWE throws together a team like RKO, like Randy Orton and Kevin Owens, and it's literally getting over more than some of your fucking teams could in fucking weeks that you've been booking them. And that's what I'm trying to talk about too, Tony. You see what I'm saying? Randy Orton and Kevin Owens Steve having fucking over right now around the waist to WWE. These guys could damn near the titles right now from over here. And that's the way it should feel. That's the way it should feel, Tony. That is pro wrestling. You have divisions. You have a roster. Your fucking tag team division is kind of lacking right now, my guy. A lot is lacking right now, to be honest. Kevin Owens coming out now, ladies and gentlemen. Representing Team RKO. But it's very good. It's very good, like I've said, ladies and gentlemen, to be seeing Triple H, Paul Levesque, making these moves, trying to keep wrestling in a good place, in a competitive place. Because, like I said, Tony, you have damn near just about everything that you need. And it's unfortunate because one of my favorite wrestling promotions of all time, ladies and gentlemen, one of my favorite wrestling promotions of all time that no longer exists, ECW. One of my favorite promotions of all time, Extreme Championship Wrestling, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, right? ECW, Paul Heyman. They never had billions of dollars. They never had fucking made stars that were already over in other promotions trying to come over to ECW and be stars there. They never had shit like that. And ECW was a whole different ballpark, ladies and gentlemen. In ECW, Paul Heyman, he was the director, he was the creative mind. He tried to do everything in his power to keep ECW for alive as long as he could. They call him a Wizard Warrior, fuck that, ladies and gentlemen. And probably should have, because if Paul Heyman would have gotten the point where he was with somebody like fucking Tony Khan, or would have ended up in the wrong hands of somebody, who fucking knows? Who honestly fucking knows? And we might not even know if we even got to that point, right? I don't know. Would Paul Heyman been as successful as he would have wanted to be competing for Vince McMahon? Would he have been the next Vince McMahon? I think ECW was one of the best of all time. Was it fucking dangerous? Damn it. Can wrestlers do shit every single week? No. And that's exactly why WWE doesn't do shit like that, Tony. That's why they have their own promotion. People go to WWE for different reasons. They go to WWE for different opportunities. One of my favorite promotions of all time, ECW, they would lose their stars. They would lose some of their top performers because, and like I said, it got to the point where Paul Heyman, you can't lose your top stars and continue trying to make something out of nothing. Because at the end of the day, Rob Van Dam, all these guys, they all ended up in a WWE, right? It's essentially like saying, like how Tony Khan right now is trying to take all the top stars from promotion like Impact, New Japan, Ring of Honor. Impact and TNA don't want to do more business with you, Tony Khan. Impact and TNA say, get the fuck out of here. They rather do business with Paul Levesque. They rather do business with Renaissance man, Paul Levesque. That's another chess move, Tony Khan. That's another chess move. But you're trying to take all these stars from other promotions, and like I said, Tony, if what we're doing right now is just gonna be all friends wrestling with the fucking Young Bucks trying to be fucking Vinnie Mac and Shane O'Mac and you're trying to run the Kiss Ass Club where you're fucking coming out and you're trying to get over this fucking bullshit writing and you can't even fucking book a show to save your life, my man. You can't even book a show to save your life. You couldn't even fucking book if you were competing against WrestleMania, if you were competing against fucking Balls of Fury, don't fucking head. You could be competing against fucking Saudi Arabia, you probably still wouldn't be the ratings you're looking for, Tony Khan. You probably wouldn't still be the ratings you're looking for, but... We watch WWE, and we watch AEW here for a reason, ladies and gentlemen. It is because I love pro wrestling, and it is because I have specifically chosen those two promotions. Because, again, I feel like those are the only two promotions right now that could even compete with each other. Tony Khan has a name in pro wrestling. Tony Khan has all the money that he needs to clear any type of wrestler that he would be interested in. Mercedes Moné, fucking Will Ospreay, fucking Okada. Tony Khan, ladies and gentlemen, has even sent some of his people to search throughout the indie promotions and some of these very independent, just little broken down garage fucking basement type. Couldn't fucking be shot on a webcam quality wrestling. You know, he finds some great wrestlers in some of these little promotions, and it's sad that they end up in a promotion that doesn't use them, man. Because you have either not your shit together, writing and booking, and you don't have any interest in whatever you want to do with their career. But that's the case, like I said, you need to strictly focus on the divisions that you do want to focus on. Paul Heyman, ladies and gentlemen, talking to Team RKO because Team RKO, Randy Orton and Kevin Owens will be in a match with Solo Sikoa. Time to find out. WrestleMania Backlash. Real fights. Bullshit. Team RKO, Randy Orton and Kevin Owens versus Solo Sikoa and Tatanka. Like I said, Tony, it would also benefit you to strictly focus on what divisions you want to work on. I've said it too before, man. I've said it. You need to have it in a way where you have certain people on TBS and you have only certain people on TNT. Hey, maybe that sounds a little fucking old school WWE when it was just certain people on Raw, certain people on SmackDown. I don't know. I kind of appreciate when it's like that though, because it makes it a little more controlled, Tony Khan. At least you can focus on what you need to focus on, Tony Khan. You know? I said it in the one episode, guys. So way back in the day, the whole reason WWE only even created Friday Night SmackDown, it wasn't even Friday Night SmackDown at the time. The other reason they created SmackDown was because they had extra talent. They had extra talent that could compete with the main roster on Monday Night Raw. Where was Monday Night Raw? USA Network. It's been there for a while now. I'm happy to actually see it going to Netflix, ladies and gentlemen. The only time that I've actually not seen Monday Night Raw on USA Network is when it was on Spike Television. And for anybody out there who has ever watched Spike Television, you're a fucking no one and I love you. Because Spike Television was one of my favorite channels and it no longer exists because we live in a time where good things don't exist anymore. That's the way it is, chat. The only other time I've never seen Monday Night Raw on USA Network was when it was on Spike. Was when it was on Spike Television. It's been on USA ever since the dawn of time. Ever since Payback, one fucking strike the deal with USA Network and become a billionaire, ladies and gentlemen. That's how deals work. You make something, you make an agreement with that person. You say, hey, thank you, we will offer you this. You give us this. Vince McMahon said we will offer you pro wrestling every week on Monday night. They said we will offer you money and production. That is what happened, ladies and gentlemen. And because of that, because WWE and Monday Night Raw were able to compete with WCW, they were able to compete with WCW. Now let me tell you this. When WWE first started the networks with WCW, WWF, if you want to call it at the time, WWF, WWE, they were losing the Monday Night Wars for like a straight 4 or 5 years. They were losing the Monday Night Wars for a while because it got to a point where the WWF, the WWE product, became unenjoyable with the fans who watch it. The fans who watch the WWE product, now ladies and gentlemen, this is the time, the product in WWE was becoming a little bit during the end of the age, right? You had your stars in the 80s, you had Hulk Hogan, Andre the Giant, rest in peace, legend here in France, Hall of Famer. You had your legends in the 80s, right? Ultimate Warrior, Macho Man, I was a Jimmy Snuka guy, Bam Bam. You had your legends in the 80s, but it got to a point where WWE fans kind of were getting run out. They weren't enjoying watching the same people for the past 6 years, and still trying to Hulk Hogan. Still trying to, Hulk Hogan, one of the greatest of all time, man, just fucking defeated Andre the Giant at WrestleMania 3. Andre passes the torch to him, and here we go, we still got Hulk Hogan out here burying guys in WrestleMania main events. That was a problem for WWF at the time, WWE. It got to a point, fans hated the product. They stopped watching it. They were watching WCW. WCW became so popular. WCW World Championship Wrestling, led by Eric Bischoff at that time, became so popular and became more success than WWE. Eric Bischoff decided at that point. Eric Bischoff decided at that point for WCW he would compete with WWE on Monday Night Raw. Eric Bischoff made the decision because he had enough power, he had enough success with wrestling fans, his product was over, he got all the stars from the WWE territory, right, from the WWE promotion. Hulk Hogan went over, Macho Man went over, this guy fucking got Ric Flair, he was doing matches that WWE should have booked at WrestleMania, right, he was doing, Eric Bischoff was doing Hulk Hogan versus Ric Flair, he was actually giving people matches that they wanted to see, and that's another thing that we talk about here, right? You need to be original with your matches, you need to give the fans original shit they're actually going to appreciate, they're actually going to see, Tony. WWE, they wanted to see Hulk Hogan versus Ric Flair, WWE didn't do that. WWE wanted to fucking put Hulk Hogan over fucking guys that he probably shouldn't even have been beaten in WrestleMania main events, but like I said, that's another thing. It got to a point where it was crazy. WCW got successful. They decided to compete with Monday Night. Hence the Monday Night Wars. The Monday Night Show was born. Because WCW was successful enough to compete with the product Tony Khan. You want to take shit back to the Attitude Era? You want to take shit back to the Monday Night Wars? I'm just telling you how it is from my point of view, from a wrestling point of view, from my perspective. I'll just tell you how it is. And I'm a young age. I didn't entirely grow up in the 80s or for some of these points in time. I had to do a lot of research. I had to actually teach myself, Tony Khan. Yeah, I know what I'm fucking talking about. I've actually watched this shit. I've actually sat down and put in the time. I actually asked myself to become a pro wrestling fan and to actually have conversations for nights like this, for time like this. So, ladies and gentlemen, WCW gets to a point they become so successful they decide to compete with WWF at the time. They decide to compete with them because they're so successful. They're over with fans. They got all the stars from WWE that WWE didn't want anymore. WWE started to focus on different stars because they wanted to focus on, at the time they wanted to focus on different products too. Because once the product started to die out with the fans in WWE, it's like, well, fuck. Like I said, how is Triple H going to carry the future? You start to focus on NXT development. You start to get the future going with NXT. You start to develop the future talent with NXT. You start to try to demo with the audience. You don't just fucking throw them out there to the wolves. Don't just throw them out to their fucking AW audience hoping that they get over and that fucking people know who Cool Hand is. And fucking people have no idea who this fucking guy is. He knows our legend from Soho apparently. It just is what it is, chat. But yeah, we'll never probably see the guy on AW television again because that's how Tony's product is. And that's how fucking AW, All for Wrestling, the Tony Khan Carnival's going right now. He just fucking sends people out there, don't even know who they are, don't get no type of video package, no promotion, put them over nothing. Just puts them in a match and fucking hopes for the best. If they lose, fuck it. If they win, okay, how did the audience react to it? Is Tony Khan paying attention to the action? So WWE, the product started to die out. When all the stars went to WCW, right? Some of them didn't really end up at ECW because, again, it was hard for ECW to really acquire talent like that. It was really hard for ECW to get guys from WCW, WWE, because here's the thing. It wasn't anything. It was me right now with my music. If anything, it was getting a little fucking trying to make dream work. It was nothing, chat. It wasn't anything special. It wasn't fucking, it wasn't the powerhouse, the conglomerate that is WCW, that is WWF, WWE. They were trying to make the dream work. And Paul Heyman was the director. Paul Heyman was the creative mind behind all of it, trying to make it all happen. But he couldn't acquire stars from other promotions. If anything, his stars would leave and go to the other promotion. Right? They would usually end up in the WCW, or when they couldn't fucking make it happen anymore, and Vinnie Mac could get to the point where he bought them all out, they all ended up in WWE. So, but here's the thing: we're getting a little track. WWE's product is dying out because all the stars are going to WCW. Hulk Hogan, NWO, Macho Man, Ric Flair. Everybody's leaving WWE. Everybody's going to WWE. Eric Bischoff's promising better matches, more money, better careers than Vinnie ever could. Now the pressure's all on Vinnie Mac. Now Vinnie Mac has to make a decision. What's he gonna do? He had Monday Night spot. He already had the deal secured with USA Network. That wasn't going nowhere. So, as a wrestling promoter, he actually had to compete. He actually had to compete on time. And who did he get to compete with WCW? Shawn Michaels, Bret the Hitman Hart, Owen Hart, British Bulldog, The Undertaker, Mankind, Triple H, Hunter Hearst Helmsley, Rocky Maivia, Dwayne The Rock Johnson. He focused on the future. He said, if we lost all of the guys that I already built, he said, it kind of got to the point, I believe it was maybe like WrestleMania 9, after WrestleMania, maybe around WrestleMania 8, WrestleMania 9, it just got to the point he started having to focus on the future. Because the product was so bad with the fans, they weren't watching anymore. They were watching WCW. They were watching Hulk Hogan. They were watching the NWO. They were watching Hollywood Hulk Hogan. They wanted to watch that. But then, Vince McMahon got a bright idea. Vince McMahon acquired a little bit more. He acquired some more stars. Kane, Hardys, Edge, Christian. Started stacking up that roster, right? Stone Cold Steve Austin, Kurt Angle, Big Show. Started stacking up this roster. He started stacking up with WCW roster. And then, when he has a good enough roster, he decided to make a decision. Vinnie Mac decided to make a fucking bright decision when the roster was finally acquired. When he finally had a good enough roster that could actually compete with the WCW Monday Night Nitro product. He made a decision to the Attitude Era. Now, we got big ass LA out there, match. Don't care about match. If you're an LA fan, I can give a fuck right now. So, ladies and gentlemen, Vince McMahon decides to create the Attitude Era in WWE to compete with the WCW Monday Night Nitro product. Because if he didn't, everybody probably would have left WWE and maybe would have went to WCW. Maybe they would have went to ECW. We don't know. We don't really know how history could have played out because it never played out that way. LA won the match. LA Knight won the match, Chip. I hope the LA Knight fans are happy that he won the match. So Vinnie Mac, he creates the Attitude Era. And a lot of people are going to say too that's a rip-off of ECW. That he stole the Attitude Era is just a rip-off of Extreme Championship Wrestling. Call what you will, chat. The Attitude Era saved Vinnie Mac and saved WWF and the WWE. Without the Attitude Era, it is more than likely we would not be watching WWE product right now. Without the Attitude Era, it is more than likely everything would either be a WCW product, a Ted Turner product, it could even be a fucking Tony Khan product right now if history would have played out a little differently. I don't know. I'm not the one who was back then. We just know what happened, and I'm just here to tell you. But it definitely could have played out a little differently, ladies and gentlemen. And I think that's the very interesting thing. I think that's why I should talk about it too. History definitely played out differently. It's funny. It almost reminds me of the situation with Death Row and Snoop Dogg. Think all the things that Death Row went through with the music, all the artists that they lost. You know, Crooked Eye, one of my favorite artists of all time. They fucked him over too. Then it gets to a point, who owns Death Row now? Who owns Death Row music now? Who owns Death Row Records? Snoop Dogg, a former artist, is now the owner of Death Row Records. So when you think about it, chat, could a Paul Heyman, a former ECW promoter, could he have been the next Vince McMahon? It could have happened. Could WCW, Eric Bischoff, Ted Turner, could they have turned it into this WWE? And could they have been in control of everything that we watch, just like how we do now? Just like with WWE, it's WCW product. It's Ted Turner. And guess what? Guess who's with Ted Turner and WCW? Guess who's with them now? Guess who's with them now? It's Tony Khan. TNT. Ted Turner. All of it is still WCW. They just got Tony Khan working the carnival now. So, ladies and gentlemen, could things have gone differently? Yeah. But WWE really had no fucking idea what to do with Tony Khan. That is the reason no longer exists. Eric Bischoff had his moment. He had his time with the superstars he acquired, the wrestlers he had the opportunity to acquire. He had his time in the sun with them, and he used that opportunity to the best of his ability, to the best of his advantage. He used it to the best of his ability, just like Easy Mill trying to fucking rap ass in a song. He thought it would save his ass, but it didn't. Because guess what? Every single week, WWE was competing with them. They were competing on Monday Night War for their jobs, for their careers, for this, for what we are watching right now. Like I just said, ladies and gentlemen, this could all be a WCW product right now. This could all be Ted Turner. This could all be Tony Khan. It could all be a very different parallel universe. I know you guys like the fucking multiverse with the DC shit and the Marvel shit, so fucking a whole opposite parallel universe. There you go. That's you're watching a fucking WCW product. It's not WWE. It's just but Tony, WCW had no fucking idea what they were doing. They had absolutely no fucking idea what they were doing. They had good matches. They created some fun stories. They told some entertaining stories for the time they were out, right? Made people laugh. Use me right now, Tony Khan. Tell me right now, Tony Khan. Do you want to go down in history like WCW? Or do you want to go down in history like WWE? Every single week, WWE was competing with that. WWE was on the line. WWE knew every single week they had to entertain fans. They had to attract new fans. They had to bring in new audience. They had to compete with an audience that was a WCW product, right? A TBS, a TNT product. It was different times back then, Tony. And I will take a break right now, this commercial break, because I've been talking for a while. I do apologize for other people listening at home. But maybe, hey, like, that's kind of what some of these streams are about, too. I think sometimes we should talk. I think sometimes it's important to talk about the things I love. So, hey. And like I said, ladies and gentlemen, I don't get paid for any of this. I do this all for free. I do this all out of my heart. I'm being a pro wrestling fan my entire life. And that's exactly why I tell stories. Because to me, it's important that things do change. It's important that things aren't always the way that they were before. I always like to add originality and creativity to what has been done before. I always like to do, like Tony Khan. I'm not saying that, like I said, I'm not saying that you can't, I'm not saying that ideas aren't ever used time and time again, right? There's constant times where you will constantly see fucking rabbit being pulled out of the hat. But like I said, Tony, I need to see the magician do a new trick. I need to see the magician give me a fucking mind free. You know what I'm saying? I need to see the magician do a new trick. So ladies and gentlemen, I will be right back after these commercials. Thank you for listening. Thanks for listening to me talk. I know it's a lot. But we'll be right back. Okay, Nick, okay.
If it's your motorcycle accident, call us. So long. We wish you paid. Motorcycle crash, call us and leave.
When you're a homeowner, you gotta put in the house. One day you're a painter, and next you're a plumber. Sometimes you're a driller, and sometimes you're a pest killer. At Value, you can do it all, and you can do it yourself. Save over 35% on Rust-Oleum 2X Spray Paint and Primer. Only $4.99. Save $4 on quarts of Verathane Ultimate Oil-Based Polyurethane. Just $14.97. Go on, better than do-it-yourself indie.
Can you get ready for the biggest party in the summer?
WWE SummerSlam will be hosted in Cleveland, Ohio. Where I'm from, we're bringing it back at the Cleveland Bronx Stadium. One of the biggest events Cleveland's ever seen.
The biggest event of the summer. This is ridiculous. WWE SummerSlam in Cleveland, Saturday, tickets on sale this Thursday.
After a truck hit me, my attorneys now at the Barnes firm got me $5 million. 5 times more than insurance offered.
What's your case really worth? Call now to find out.
1-800-8-million.
Tomorrow, the United Football League takes 6 days. The Houston Roughnecks battle AJ McCarron and the St. Louis Battlehawks. It all kicks off tomorrow at 3 Eastern on Fox.
And they're coming. They are the new champions, the teaser with Seth Rollins and Austin Theory.
That's a rousing response. The WWE is rival. The WWE Tag Team Candice Theory and Waller.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's stop talking about the menace. Let's stop talking about the Tony Khan Carnival, and let's take a time to enjoy the rest of our Friday Night SmackDown watch-along here. Current time right now in Buffalo, New York is 9:32 p.m. Probably way different time in Lyon, France. And once again, tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, we will be watching WrestleMania Backlash from France. Very early tomorrow, I believe the actual pre-show on WWE is going to start around like 12:30. So if they're starting around like 12:30, we'll be starting around like 12:50 in the afternoon here in New York. So pretty early, guys. But nonetheless, we'll be watching it live tomorrow. And then the pre-show, after pre-show, it should be starting at 8 p.m. Well, ladies and gentlemen, another tag match. A lot of tag matches. You definitely can expect that from a go-home show before a big event like WrestleMania Backlash here in France. A lot of tag team matches on the card tonight. Not trying to get the wrestlers hurt out there. Not really trying to use them a lot in their matches. Just trying to keep them fresh. Just trying to entertain the fans here on Friday night. Something Tony Khan doesn't know how to fucking save his life. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, another tag team match here. Street Profits versus WWE Tag Team Champions Waller and Theory. Dawkins, Swanson bomb off the top rope, ladies and gentlemen. Tag, Montez for now. Ladies and gentlemen, behold the Street Profits. Very entertained, very enthusiastic. Getting the fancy Leon Prince into the match. Keeping the energy awake and alive here in Lyon, France. A very important place for the Renaissance in France back in the day, ladies and gentlemen. History, ladies and gentlemen. Lyon, France, the Renaissance. Paul Levesque moves in the game chats with Tony Khan. Back in right now, Waller and Dawkins. Legal men for their team. Out goes Lion history now, Dawkins on the offense. The fans here in France. Definitely energetic. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are in another commercial break. When we come back, we will return with our tag team match. Street Profits versus WWE Tag Team Champions Waller and Theory. Don't believe the titles are online. Just a normal tag match, guys. But thank you once again for joining tonight and being here with me. It is our Friday Night SmackDown Live Watchalong. We had to end the stream early because of a power outage. Shit took out power. Complete fucking blackout, ladies and gentlemen, for like 5 minutes. That's how it's going to be when it's World War III. It's going to just be like a fucking blackout, but it's going to last more than 5 minutes. And we're just going to deal with it, chat. But thankfully, after 5 minutes, the power came back on, and we restarted the stream. And now, we are here for this live SmackDown Watchalong. Go show for WrestleMania Backlash, live from France. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
They'll find ways to make fun of yourself.
It's time for the question. Are you one of 50% of Americans can answer this question correctly?
Let's look at the answer. 7.
It's not what you know.
I got the wrong answer.
It's about how you think.
Not to change your stupid as I am.
And also hosts the One Person Club, Brews Nation 3rd on Fox. Saturday on Fox, just for 6. The Houston Knights takes on AJ McCarron and the St. Louis Battle.
McCarron, touchdown.
The United Football League, Saturday 3 Eastern on Fox.
The WWE Tag Team titles are on the line. Austin Theory just like an animal test for the Street Profits up and rolling.
Touches go, it's a meltdown. Let's
I'm back, chat. I'm back. I see the match taking place. Don't worry. Montez for now. That Amos Smith on Austin. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, Dawkins and Theory. Legal men in the match. Now Theory makes a big wheeler. Oh, sorry. Find the same text messages, ladies and gentlemen. So I don't try to text and commentary at the same time. Coast to coast here from Waller. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, Dawkins and Waller, legal men in the match. Their teams. Waller now making the head Theory. Dawkins with the NFL tackle. Now makes a tag to Montez. Austin Theory in a world of trouble here. Double tag team move here from the Street Profits. 1, 2. No, not enough to finish the match. I do believe I heard Corey Graves and Michael Cole, or Wade Barrett say that the Tag Team Championships were on the line. I do believe I heard that correctly. I do believe that WWE Tag Team Championships are on the line in this match. Bobby Lashley has to have a smile on his face backstage. Street Profits trying to hold it down in the ring. Don't worry about the television, ladies and gentlemen. Just a little laggy screen coming all the way, I'm sure, tonight on the production truck in France. We are back live, ladies and gentlemen. Production truck, little laggy right now. It seems like the Street Profits still take it to Austin. And now Austin Theory fighting back from the defensive. Austin also has a predicament. Oh, but Waller was able to hit him with a flatliner Referee never even seen it. Waller and Theory do win the match. I believe successfully defend the tag team championships. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this correct. Hopefully got a Samantha confirming on the mic chat. Waller and Theory did successfully defend the championships. Street Profits come close and no cigar. Wade Barrett, Corey Grace, absolutely ecstatic tonight with the audience here in the old France. Bonjour, ladies and gentlemen. A certain, how does the French say, je ne sais quoi? I don't know. On Backlash, ladies and gentlemen, and Biggie will be part of the opening pre-show, of course. We need to do more with Big E, ladies and gentlemen. I really hope that Big E takes the spot of like Michael Cole or Pat McAfee when their days on commentary come to an end. I really want to see Big E on commentary, chat. I feel bad for the guy. They broke his neck. That's a real neck injury, Tony Khan. That's a real fucking neck injury. That's what happens when you have a neck, Tony Khan. You fucking had to get Big E live it. Big E tried to protect the neck. I wasn't able to. Tony Khan, you're trying to protect the neck like detrimental. Going over the card now, ladies and gentlemen, for Backlash France tomorrow. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, again, it will be starting for us at 1 p.m. pre-show at 12:30. So that means our stream will be starting here on Twitch at about 12:15 in the afternoon, New York time, Buffalo time. We're going to be live time the West Coast for all our friends in Vegas. Sponsored by the bitch-ass Dallas rivals. AJ Styles coming out here now. What I can only assume is going to be our main event, ladies and gentlemen. Current time right now, 9:44 p.m. It is also very nice to hear Samantha on a SmackDown microphone. We got rosters all settled down now, chat. We got them all picked out. Draft was a little underwhelming, but that's just kind of how drafts are, as I said. It wasn't, I like how they brought up the people from NXT. It was cool to see the people who got added from NXT. Other than that, it seems like they're still fucking around backstage with a lot of the booking because tonight Damage was in the opening match, and I swear to God we just got Damage Control drafted. But it's Nia Jax not yet. And I'm pretty sure Nia Jax was just in a match on Monday Night Raw with Liv Morgan. So once again, there's some confusing booking, chat. But take it what you will. Take it what you will. No, that's a certain how do the rest of Genesis I don't know. Well, Lisa, thank you so much. One thing for being here with me. I never expected to pop out when we started the stream like that. Yeah, had intentionally and this restart, but thank you everybody that joined me tonight and that is here with me. I appreciate your time. And I appreciate you listening to me give that longest promo and that longest rant on Tony and all the wrestling and the fucking carnival that is Wednesday night and the Tony Khan show.
We're done.
Like I said before, ladies and gentlemen, I do believe reactions are not bad. I am a person who believes bad reactions, good reactions. Sure, Tony, you can say that it's good. I believe the worst thing is when people skip over it. I believe when they don't even want to watch it anymore, when they don't, like me with music, if they don't even listen to your music, that's the worst thing that can happen to you, man. That's the worst thing that can happen. That is worth it. You know? And I won't take too much time forever talking about it. It's honestly a pretty shitty feeling for me, because I know the feeling of not having anybody in music listen to you. You know what I mean? But like I said, Tony, you actually are in a place. You present this shit to people of status, NFL, suits, TNT, former WW people. I mean, you attract a certain audience as well. Jacksonville, Florida supports you for a reason, Tony Khan. Only not apologize. I do not. I'm hoping, I pray and I hope that eventually we can get these streams to a point where it's actually a decent quality and actually fucking watchable for people, because I feel bad that I can't actually make it a good quality. I feel bad that I'm at a place where I can actually, do some of the things that I want to do and, make it the way that I want it. But I try all the time, man, to just work with what I have and to just try to fucking, make lemonade out of the lemons, man. Make lemonade with the lemons.
Absolutely unheard of. Congratulations and thank you to everything made this awesome.
I believe when they over, when they just don't even want to watch anymore, Tony, that's the worst thing that can happen. I take it from somebody like me, who, you know, nobody listens, nobody fucking watches these videos, you know, it's very lonely, man. And I just pray and I hope that one day we can build a community, or we can just build something, you know, something that is within all of this too, right? Because there's a lot of people who have their voice in this who I don't agree with all like that either. Maybe some people agree with me, maybe they don't. At the end of the day, I create this from my perspective, and I talk about this from point of view of the wrestling fan. Some people take it, they leave it. I understand that. Like I said, I don't get paid for any of this. This is really just spitballing ideas. This is me just talking from the heart and just trying to provide some type of entertainment on an episode and on a weekly basis. Anybody that watches these videos, and I'm so fucking thankful for that. So it appears, ladies and gentlemen, just a face-off between AJ and Cody Rhodes. This, ladies and gentlemen, face-to-face the W champion, the American Nightmare, Mama's boy Cody. Stepping into the ring with the phenomenal one, AJ Styles. The Georgia Bulldog, AJ. Cody from Georgia too, though. Cody from Georgia too, ladies and gentlemen. The Georgia boys. It was funny when they brought up in the promo that Vince McMahon would never fucking put two Georgia boys in the main event for the WWE Championship, because it's true. And that's what I'm trying to tell you too, Tony Khan. That's like the whole thing. Like WCW really rival. Like really, you know, some of the shit doing would not have happened. Would definitely not have happened. Like, it's damn near disappointing, like I said, because I don't even get paid. I don't know what you pay the writers. I don't know what you pay the bookers. None of that is my concern, because I would fucking work for less and I would actually come up with better shit. I promise you that. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, face-to-face pro from the champion Cody and AJ Styles, the phenomenal one. Two Georgia boys in the main event here. WrestleMania Backlash from Lyon, France. Very important place in history for the Renaissance. But when they skip over that shit, Tony, and that's what it got to with me. Like, you put fucking Jay White over that match, you know, you're putting over the wrong people, Tony Khan. Let's say you have good assets, and you have a lot of things that you need, and a lot of things that you can definitely make a competitive show with WWE. And you've done it before. You definitely did it at the start of all of this, at the beginning of All Elite Wrestling, before some of the drama and some of this nonsense happened, right? But now, I do think it's possible to still, you know, it's obviously still possible to turn things around. It's not like the fucking company went out of business today. It's not like Triple H fucking bought it today or anything, right? So it's still possible to turn this shit around for now. But that's why we're trying to talk about it, Tony. That's why we're trying to talk about it, man. And we're going to continue to watch Dynamite. I'm not going to fuck with Rampage for at least a year. Because I'm a man of my word, Tony Khan. And you're going to realize that too. You're going to realize I'm a man of my word. We stick by our promises here on this channel. We believe in our promises. And Tony Khan, we say, if you fucking put over Jay White and we ain't watch Rampage no more, you don't put over Jay White.
You absolutely have it. From one Georgia boy to another, from one Dogs fan to another. Come on, my man. I broke in the history of the state of Georgia. Of course, I grew up watching you. I grew up.
And we don't know what's going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, I have no involvement with. I have no involvement in what I'm doing right now. It's just in front of this webcam, talking to you guys, trying to make videos. I have no type of involvement. I don't get paid for anybody. Tony Khan, Paul Levesque. I don't see no checks, nothing.
Yeah, just like I thought. Disrespectful. These are the most disrespectful things. That's why nobody comes to me. Here's the thing, we were never say that. You had the path laid out for you. Because everyone wanted the son of the American dream, Dusty Rhodes. Including WWE, they welcomed you with open arms.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the entire Watchalong is me cutting a promo on some kind of AEW tonight.
Things got a little rough, and you couldn't handle it, if you know what I mean.
Sometimes that happens when I watch pro wrestling. It does that to me. Our show tonight will end with a face-off between WWE champion Mom's boy Cody Rhodes and the phenomenal one, AJ Styles.
I had to put myself in WWE. I had to make my way to the top, and I did it all by myself.
And I will say this too while AJ Styles out there. I think this actually is very fake at the moment. There was once upon a time, Tony Khan, I used to watch TNA. I used to watch Impact Wrestling. There was how they competed with WWE. There was a time their product was actually competing with WWE. They actually could call themselves a threat. They have very strong roster. They had money, they had funding. I do believe they were on Spike television primarily. I could be wrong, but, you know, obviously down the line they went to like other channels and shit. But the TNA, the Impact I remember, that was mainly competing to be rival with WWE at the time, that was on Spike television. They picked up a deal for that wrestling promotion after, I'm pretty sure, WWE Monday Night Raw went back to USA Network. I will say this because I think it's fitting, Tony. Once upon a time, long ago, when I was just a very young wrestling fan, when I was watching TNA Impact, trying to compete with rival WWE, and WWE, they were a fucking conglomerate, man. They had John Cena, they had Batista, they still had Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, Triple H, fucking stacked. Randy Orton, they were building more of the future, and literally, you could watch it on a weekly basis, and I don't know how people could be so, like I said, I don't know how people couldn't consider some of those guys talent of today. It's unfortunate because, you know, some of those guys are still around, right? Some of those guys honestly are still around. Like, a lot of the people that were supposed to be the stars for Vince McMahon, they ended up leaving. Brock, The Rock, Stone Cold, he got a little too injuries, couldn't really wrestle no more. Obviously, Vince McMahon lost Bret Hart. He lost Owen Hart. It got to a point, Vince McMahon, he was losing his stars left and right. So he was trying to focus on the future all the time for WWE. In a battle backstage. In a brawl backstage with Tama Tonga and Solo Sikoa. But I will say this, Tony, because I don't want to get too sidetracked. The end of the episode is now. The show, the end of the show, trademark here. Randy Orton's throwing steel chairs around. Randy Orton swinging around steel chairs. Alright, let's switch around here. Let's fucking end it on this. Let's fucking end it on this, chat. Because we've talked forever, we've cut a promo. And like I said, I could go on forever. I really could. Nobody's paying me. But hey, I'd do it forever, Tony. But we'll end it on this. We will. Because tomorrow, we got WrestleMania France. WrestleMania Backlash. I'm sorry guys, not from France. WrestleMania Backlash. Life from France. Tony Khan, you just get your head, man. You fucking, you know. Starts getting you aggravated. You start sounding like Taz out here. You start trying to fucking break somebody's neck. I'm telling you guys. Tony Khan, gotta protect the neck. At least we got one Tony trying to protect the neck. But Tony, we'll end on this. And I will end it on this as well, chat. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for listening to me. This isn't going to take much longer. Current time here in Buffalo, New York is 10 o'clock p.m. Right time for SmackDown and Fox Network is they end up in France. I'm pretty sure obviously pre-recorded because the times just would not add up at all if we were to be watching it live. But again, like I said, not a very entertaining show because it was just filled with a whole lot of tag teams, and then the whole promo and show was just based between AJ and Cody, which you already know that Cody and AJ are going to be members to see that and all. So that's great. Ladies and gentlemen, Paul Levesque continue to make chess moves. In this, in Renaissance, in history, in the Renaissance location, making some chess moves in the game. Paul Levesque, we see you. But we will end it on this, ladies and gentlemen. Once upon a time, long ago, when I would watch TNA Impact, Wrestling, everybody you guys want to call it, you guys know it, I'll always know it as TNA Impact. To me, it was fucking, they couldn't compete at a time when they had guys like Samoa Joe and AJ Styles. AJ Styles is in the main event right now in WWE. He's still in the main event right now in WWE. There was a time, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking 2005, we're talking 2006. I used to watch TNA Impact, and I used to say to myself, goddamn, Samoa Joe and AJ Styles, they have so much potential to be in the WWE, and I would always want to see that happen for them, and I always wanted that to happen for them. And I think a little sentimental because it honestly takes back a bit, but there was once a time, like I said, I didn't know if it was possible if even Samoa Joe or AJ would be in a conglomerate like WWE. Like, they fucking worked their ass off. They did everything they could for other promotions to get that opportunity. To end up in a place where they could build their career in WWE. And Paul Levesque, look how he's treating AJ Styles, man. Look at how he's treating AJ Styles. And like I said, these are the same people who once upon a time competed with WWE. Competed with John Cena. Competed with Batista. Competed against them on a rival show. They had Kurt Angle come over. They had Booker T come over, Steiner. Jeff Hardy, Christian Cage. A lot of talent, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of talent. Like I said, this man, he's been used to losing his stars left, right. Vinnie Mac not in control no more. Now we get Paul Levesque. Maybe Paul Levesque will be able to keep wrestlers around a little longer. Look how he beats Tony Khan. Look how he's treating Nate. Once upon a time, ladies and gentlemen, I wanted to see Samoa Joe and AJ Styles so badly in WWE. I used to tell people all the time, hey man, AJ Styles and Samoa Joe are really talented TNA. At that time, nobody even fucking knew who these guys were. Nobody could even fucking tell you, like some of these wrestling fans, well, the marks at least, right, so-called wrestling fans, they didn't even fucking know Samoa Joe and AJ Styles were when I was talking to them about how good they were in TNA. And I told them, just like I believed, man, because I knew they would end up in WWE with it, because they were that fucking good, and I seen the potential in them, and I knew they had that in them. Back then, they were rivals with WWE, and they tried to compete with WWE. And WWE had a lot of fucking star power. They had a lot of fucking star power. They didn't have Stone Cold or The Rock. They didn't have Lesnar. They didn't have Goldberg no more. They didn't even have Sting. But they still had a lot of fucking star power. Enough to damn near control the pro wrestling industry for a while, right? Enough to damn near control that shit for a while. Until somebody like Tony Khan came along. Enough power, enough money to be able to compete with Vinnie Mac and Carnival. So that's what I'm trying to say, ladies and gentlemen. Tony, I told you multiple things tonight that you could do better. I've tried to explain to you spitballs, just spitball ideas I've tried to give you from my head to yours to be like, hey, maybe things will work out in the end. And that, me as a pro wrestling fan, is all we can hope for. Ladies and gentlemen, I know I say it a lot, and I know I mention money and things like that a lot here on the channel, or on these streams, these videos, however you want to say it. The only reason I do it, ladies and gentlemen, is because I do believe it would help us create better content, it would help us create better videos, it would allow me to do the things I actually want to do here. But at the end of the day, I will continue to do this out of love. I will continue to do this because I love pro wrestling, and because I continue to watch it. The entire reason I wanted to do these videos at first was because, as a person, who watches pro wrestling on a weekly basis, I said, hey, I would kind of sit here by myself, I would kind of watch it by myself, so even if nobody watches the videos, and even if nobody listens to my music, that's the shit I've been dealing with for years now, man. It sucks to have the majority of the streams not be uploaded to YouTube, because it does upset a lot, because like I said, I need to type, and I do try to be entertaining when we do these streams together. I hope people out there enjoy them, I hope we can continue to do them together. That is the goal. In 1 year from now, I want to still be able to do this with whoever watches these. Like I've said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm used to people not really supporting it. I'm used to not really having the money. And the only reason I continue to do it is because I love it and because I try other things for it to happen. I said before, just as a lonely person who sits here every night, who damn near, we watch AEW, we watch WWE, I even have thought about throwing other things into the mix. Sometimes I'm a busy person outside of these streams. Like I said, I try to do music. I try to focus on things other than streams and other than these videos. I'm not really a person who enjoys talking to random people. I would rather just do this, where I can just explain the thoughts in my head, because that's all I really want. I just fucking have a community where we can either agree or disagree. If you do, if you don't, cool. I think at the end of the day, like I said, the goals for me is to avoid copyright on YouTube. To hopefully get the entirety of the streams uploaded to YouTube. Eventually, chat, maybe one day we'll fucking get the entire streams uploaded again to YouTube. I don't know, one day. We want to continue to do something, man. We want to continue to see wrestling still be around. I don't want to see 10 fuck things up just before it gets over. You know what I mean? You got good talented roster. You got, Tony, some things are a little fucked right now. You kind of you're digging a little hole. You're digging deep. You need to protect the neck. The EVPs are trying to fight in this angle with the neck. And like I told you, Tony, all these wrestling ain't about trying to protect your neck. That's not what it's about, Tony Khan. You need to focus on trying to take care of your talent. You need to focus on trying to take care of the people on your roster, Tony. The people that you have agreed to pay and that are trying to actually compete with WWE, right? Once upon a time, ladies and gentlemen, a long time ago, AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, they were in TNA Impact. I remember watching them every week too. And I remember believing them, and I believe in them so much, I said, damn, hey, if TNA never gets over, if Impact Wrestling never gets over, I hope and I pray that Samoa Joe and AJ Styles at least end up in a good place. If TNA Impact, if they can't fucking do the impossible, and if they can't do what everybody else seems to want, which is fucking compete with WWE, which is also ridiculous to me, and I don't agree in doing the whole competition thing. We do it because they are in competition, like I said. But again, I would love to watch other things like New Japan. I watch other things like, TNA, New Japan, NWA. It's not like I just only watch these two promotions, but they are in competition with each other. But ladies and gentlemen, once upon a time, I prayed and I hoped that AJ Styles and Samoa Joe, they would eventually get a better opportunity. And by the grace of God, I guess he was listening, because AJ Styles is still getting main events. Triple H is still getting right. Paul Beck, I'll give it to the Renaissance event, France, on shore. And Samoa Joe, he's trying to help you, Tony. Isn't that funny? Samoa Joe's trying to help right now, Tony Khan. And did put the AEW World Heavyweight Championship on him. You did treat him right in that regard. So, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, I do think it is kind of very fitting that I am talking about this. I do think it is kind of very fitting that I am talking about this. Like I said, Tony, you really have to turn around. It's just going to be difficult. If you go out there every week and you try to have the fucking Young Bucks, try to write any stories where they're going to break the neck and you're not going to be able to protect the neck, then, buddy, you might as well just sell the company and fucking call yourselves the Jackson Jaguar for the rest of your life and just leave it at that. You might as well just want to own a football team at this point, Tony Khan. If that's your goal. If you're not going to take care of the future talent, like I said, Tony, the best advice, one of my best advices from somebody who literally nobody listens to the music and watches, videos, or at least taught them and shit, you know what I mean? Like, to the point where, like, I can even be in a position to, like, hey, like, the shit that I'm saying would even would even fucking go in one ear, hopefully, like, stay there, you know what I mean? Like, is it just gonna fucking reflect off the mirror or something? Like, am I just talking to the wall? Like, but Tony, I do believe things change, and I do believe you can only leave us in life if you just try to do things a little bit differently. You don't have to be like WWE all the time. You don't even have to be, trying to do shit like I said that happened in the 80s and the 90s and the Attitude Era. That shit is done. That shit happened. It happened. Leave history alone where it needs to be, because that's shit that teaches pro wrestling fans all about it, man. I want to see the history of pro wrestling